welcome to this episode of the Corporate Escapists TV show. I am your host, Christine Innes, and I'm super excited to come on here to actually really do sort of like a solo interview and talk about something that is really important. I find that is something that's coming up a lot at the moment, and it's the importance of showing up. And I want to just sort of like take you a sort of a step back and talk a little bit about sort of my story and to really show you how showing up really can make a difference in your life and also in your business. For those who don't know, I guess a little bit about my story, it all started, obviously about 5 years ago. I hit complete rock bottom. And it's probably not an understatement by his saying hitting complete rock bottom. But I was very, very unwell. I was diagnosed with 2 life-changing illnesses. I was about to leave my marriage, which was very toxic. And then I moved back into state to be closer to my family. And also in that process of obviously not working, I had to then file for bankruptcy. So I literally had everything sort of stripped away from me. And, over these few years, I've learned how to rebuild myself back up, really learn the importance of sort of values, learned about, how to, use mindset, the law of attraction in it. But one of the biggest things that kept coming up is I needed to show up. And showing up looked in so many different ways. First of all, there are always going to be days when we sit there and we really just want to curl up in bed, watch Netflix and, I call it don't adult for a day. But in doing that, what am I actually saying? Now, I know the importance of making sure that there is that work-life balance and really knowing and listening to my body of when I need to rest. And I do that, quite instinctively now with it. But one of the things is that when we talk about the law of attraction and we talk about putting something out there, what we're trying to manifest, what we're trying to bring in, into our life. And it is also about showing up. It's showing up authentically as yourself. It's showing up to actually show the universe of what you're wanting to attract. You're actually putting in the effort. You're taking the action to make it become a reality. And so many times I've, seen people who saying, oh, I want this and, I want to attract that, but they're not actually making the effort to show up. They think that everything's going to get handed to them on a silver platter. And that's the first myth that I want to sort of break down is that, nothing is going to get handed to you on a silver platter. Is that if you have a dream and you dream big, you need to take action. And that action is going to make sure that it becomes a reality. And so I created this quote, dreams plus actions equal reality. And it's that action part that is so super important. So when you go through and you say that I want to manifest something into my life, I want to create this life, I want to build this amazing business that you've got this big dream of, you need to show up. You need to show the universe that you are ready for this to come into reality, that you're willing to be able to take those actions to get there where you need to be. Now, one of the big things is that, it's about honoring yourself as well. So that when we do these actions, you are honoring yourself. You are honoring the process. You're honoring the vision. You're honoring you, most importantly. And I've had so many people, that say that, they want that, but they're not willing to make that commitment. They're not doing the honoring, and especially not honoring themselves. And it's so super important that we actually come back to us, that we come back to, really going and honoring what we have desired. Because so many times in life, and, I was so guilty of this, in my previous corporate life, that, everything was based on what I thought I had to do. It was based on the thought of, what reality or what the world or what my life should have looked like based on society or based on old stories or, old values that I had had. But I never really honored myself and actually spoke what I wanted and actually gone after my own truth. And that was the key thing, is that we have all of these beautiful dreams. We have all of these things that we want to, come into our life. But we forget about that because we let the society, we let the outside influences sort of come in and take over. So when we talk about honoring ourselves, when we talk about showing up, it is about what you're desiring. It's about the life you want to create. Now, this is not all around ego. This is not all about making yourself, super important, that you don't give two flying F's, whatever, about everybody else. And for those who have joined me, there are occasions where I drop the F-bomb, because the reality is that sometimes we need the hard, cold truth. And we need to get back to what we're wanting, what we're desiring, what we're wanting our life to be, because it is our life. And is that we're in that driver's seat. We're the ones taking control, taking action. And this is where the honoring and showing up for ourselves. So hopefully that all sort of makes a lot of sense. And, you can take on board with that. So if we break it down, when you've got this dream of what you want your life to look like, or even if you've got this dream for this business, that you're desiring to come into effect, it's all great to have it, but what is the action that you're going to take? So the critical part and the most important part that we miss out on is the action. What action are you going to do to show up to the universe, to show up to, the outside world, that you are ready for what you are desiring? So that could be, if you're saying that you want to get fit and healthy, are you eating right? Are you honoring yourself to eating right? Are you exercising? Are you, nourishing yourself properly and, getting enough sleep? Maybe you need some vitamins. Like, there's all these different things. If it's a business that you're desiring, are you honoring that? Are you actually putting the time and effort where it needs to be? And that can be another episode as well, because we can get so distracted with what we think we need to, what we really do need to make a business successful. And, by showing up, it's also yourself. You're backing you're backing yourself for what you're wanting. So I can't, I guess, emphasize enough the importance of honoring yourself, showing up, and that's the action part of how your dream is then going to become a reality, because you've honored yourself, you've taken the action, and you're showing up, which is most important. So I'm such a big believer, obviously, in the law of attraction, manifestation, a little bit of woo-woo with it. And I would love to know what your thoughts are on that. Is it something that you incorporate into your daily life? Is it something that you use within your business? Or is it something that you want to learn more about? Because for me, it's been a big game changer by just knowing, how I can raise my energy, how I can raise my vibration, obviously knowing how the law of attraction works. As I said, it has been a game changer, especially in my life, in my personal life. And then obviously I'm applying that into my business as well. So I hope you take this message today as just knowing that showing up, honoring yourself is the action that you need to be able to make your dreams become a reality. I want to thank everyone who is joining us here at the Corporate Escapists TV show. I am so honored and blessed that you are joining us every single week, and thank you so much for that. And make sure you give us a shout out, comment below. Love to know your thoughts on whether or not you use spirituality, if you call it woo-woo, a little bit into your life or in your business, or it's something that you want to learn more about. So love and light to you all, and remember to live life to the fullest every single day. Talk to you soon.